This is my model Jeslyn. I'll be creating the metric squared longer version. Again, with the same concept as we had talked about before, a stronger, more visual geometric fringe. We're going to take that to the next level this time and do a little stair step with the underneath darker, really creating that point of interest. Again, with the crown area nice and smooth, moving into a longer feel, creating lots of broken up and out texture. A great feel, great shape, great results. Let's get started. As you can see, I've already pre-sectioned the hair, front from back, left from right, and I've sectioned out the fringe area. I'm now going to create a perimeter. A very easy way. I'm taking the entire back left section, I'm elevating it straight up to 180 degrees and cutting it straight off at 90, opening and closing my shears, creating texture. This time we're going to be using that up and out movement for more of a texturizing technique, since I've already got the layers that I'm cutting in now to show me where I'm getting on and where I'm getting off. She has an incredible amount of thick hair, but immediately creating that movement by creating square, soft, flatter layers. Now we're working on the other side, her back right, the same exact movement. Comb it up to 180, using the guide from the other side as my entry point. Cut again, straight across at 90, open and closing your shears, creating texture as we cut. Look at the movement this creates immediately. Now we're working on her right front side, combing it up and over the head shape, straight up to 180 again as well, and once again using that crown area guide as my entry point. Notice I'm cutting from shorter to longer. I really want to create that length and that heaviness falling towards the front profile. Comb it back, get that out of your way. And we've just connected front from back. Looks great. We're going to repeat those movements on the opposite side, making sure you're combing all the hair really nice to one location. Again, the crown is our guide, cutting from shorter to longer, texture, while we're creating layers throughout the perimeter. This is a basic haircut done in a minimal amount of time. Look how softer and look how flatter the layers are now laying. Making sure you always separate front from back, because we'll be working in the back profile first. Separate left from right once again, and a horizontal parting right at the nape area. You can always subsection this if it's too much hair for you to handle. Be smart, don't try and work so hard. Section it off a little smaller if you have to. Starting in the middle of the nape area, we've separated into 3 vertical sections. Again, we'll be cutting these sections individually. 1, 2 on each side. There's 1 in the middle and 1 on each side. Square layering again, straight out from the head shape. Comb it really nice and take out the amount of density you choose for the particular design and feel that you want in that back profile. This is your choice. She's already received a perimeter cut in the back. We've layered to that length. Now we're taking out the density from that same up and out movement as we used on the other haircut. You're cutting out to her existing length. When we cut the hair earlier in those 4 large sections, we've created all the layering that we needed. Now we're going in and creating negative space, letting the hair move, especially with this amount of density. You can go in and be a little bit more aggressive if you want, or you can open and close your shears lightly as you're exiting throughout her existing length. We've just moved up the head shape right above the occipital bone, As always, get that hair up and out of your way. It's really important that we understand at this point in time, while we're cutting each individual section, you're going to keep it separate. You can see the width of this section. Now we're going to be taking vertical sections. Notice how I control the hair that I'm not cutting. The hair is already layered, so we're approaching this one a little bit different. We'll be cutting up and out until that length falls out of our hands, and it's falling beautifully right in place, exactly what we're looking for. Control, always controlling. Those individual sections are cut all by themselves because, face it, we're not robots, we're not perfect, and I'm looking for imperfect texture in there. So it's okay if you start a little bit different, shorter, longer, more aggressive, less aggressive. It's your choice. Can you see how that's falling really soft? This is a great haircut for this density of hair. It really creates a lot of negative space, like we said earlier, allowing that hair to move. Don't forget your standing position. Make sure your fingers are vertical, your shears are up, cutting up and out. If you feel as though you want a little bit more out of there, go for it. It's your choice. Now we've moved up the head shape a little bit, and we're at the section above the occipital, between the occipital and the crown, repeating those same movements. Notice when we're cutting, we're keeping the hair in the first 1/3 of our shear. We're not letting the hair go towards the tips of our shears and losing that ease of control that we have. When you're cutting through the very sharpest part of your shears, which is the first 1/3, it allows you to work very, very minimal and very efficiently. So notice how easy it is to just take that hair and cut it out to the existing length. I don't have to look for a length to exit. The previous haircut that we did in those 4 sections, again, shows us exactly where to get off. Look how that hair falls shorter underneath. As soon as I cut it, you can tell the lack of density. You can see the hair starting to wrap around the head shape because I'm decreasing the bulk. And that's what we're doing, providing movement, texture, less density, allowing that hair. Look what it's doing. That's just gorgeous. She's got a lot of natural movement in her hair. That's going to give her a lot of options for styling, however she feels at that point in time. Up and out, lowering, creating a nice tapered feel to that existing length. We'll repeat this on every section. It's coming straight back off the head shape, leaving that length and heaviness towards the front, towards that ear where there's a lot less density. We repeated the same thing on the other side, and now we're finished with the back.